There's a promise hidden in the very first verse of Psalm 91:1 that changes everything. It says, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty." This is not just a verse, it's an invitation. It's an open door to the greatest security that a human soul can ever find. Psalm 1 begins with a declaration so powerful, so life-changing, that if you grasp its truth, it will shift your entire way of living. "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High will abide under the shadow of the Almighty." It is not a poetic language, it's a divine reality, a key to a supernatural life, a promise that reaches beyond the human understanding. What does it mean to dwell? To dwell is not to visit, not to pass through, but to live in a place. It is a consciousness, choice, act of a will. Many people call on God in times of crisis, but they do not dwell with Him. They step into His presence when they are in trouble, but when things go well, they walk away. But the promise of Psalm 91 is not for the occasional visitor. It is for those who choose to remain, to stay, to abide. This is not about the Sunday morning relationship with God. This is about a life hidden in Him, a life so connected to His presence that nothing in this world can shake it. And where do we dwell? In the secret place of the Most High. The secret place is not found on a map, not physical location, but it's spiritual reality. It is the place where your heart meets with God, where distractions fade and His voice becomes clear. This is where fear loses its grip, anxiety melts away, where peace takes over. This secret place is where you find shelter when the storm of life rages. It is where you can go when the world around you is crumbling, and yet you remain unshaken. And when you dwell in the secret place, the promise is that you abide under the shadow of the Almighty. What a powerful image, shadow of Almighty. A shadow is cast when something stands in front of a light, and that means to be under God's shadow, He must be standing between you and whatever coming against you. His presence shields you, covers you, hides you from the enemy's attacks. The enemy may try to come near, but he cannot penetrate the presence of God. The world is searching for safety. People lock the doors at night, install security systems, build walls, seek the strongest army, the best medical advancement, the highest level of protection, but there is no security like the security of God. There is no fortress like the presence of the Almighty. When you abide under His shadow, you are hidden in the safest place and existence that could ever imagine. The presence who spoke the universe into being. And here's the truth. This promise is available to everyone, but not everyone will receive it. Why? Because not everyone chooses to dwell. Some want the benefit of God's protection without the commitment of His presence. Some want to leech on a child of God to benefit. The safest place you could ever be is not behind locked doors, not in the strongest army, not in financial security. It is in the presence of God. When you dwell in that secret place, fear loses the hold, faith rises, you walk in confidence, knowing that no matter what comes, you are under the shadow of the Almighty. Psalm 91 is not just a beautiful passage of scripture, it's a battle cry, it's a declaration of war against fear, against the enemy, against every force of darkness that seeks to destroy God's people. It is not meant to be whispered timidly, it's meant to be spoken with boldness, with faith, with the unshakable confidence that God promises, and it promises His troops. The sun is a fortress for the weary. It is for those who have been battered by life, for those who wake up in the morning feeling that they are barely holding on. It is for the person facing battles they never saw coming. Battles in their health, in their family, in their finances, in their mind. When life hits hard, Psalm 91 is a shield that reminds you, you are not alone. You are not orphaned or abandoned. You are not defenseless. You don't need a carnal protection. There's a divine protection that can be shaken, a refuge for the broken. Some of you listening, you're shattered. You walk through pain, heartache, disappointment that no one knows about. But God knows, He sees. And Psalm 91 tells you that no matter how broken you feel, there is a place of safety, a place of healing, a place where you can rest. This world may have left you wounded, but in the presence of the Almighty, you are covered, you are held, you are restored. And it is a promise for the faithful. This is not just a general statement of comfort. This is God Himself saying, if you trust in me, if you dwell in my presence, I will be your refuge. I will be your fortress. I will cover you with my wings. I will deliver you. I will satisfy you with long life. These are not empty words. These are the words that God created the heavens and the earth. The God who never fails, who does not make promises He cannot keep. Psalm 91, not just a chapter in the Bible. It is a weapon. It is a declaration that no matter what the enemy brings, no matter what the world throws at you, you are covered by something greater. You stand in the protection of the Almighty. And when God is your refuge, no force in hell can touch you. We live in a world gripped by fear. Fear of war, fear of disease, fear of financial collapse, fear of the unknown. News, you will see it. Panic spreading like wildfire. People are searching for something, anything to hold on. They look to governments, to science, to human wisdom, hoping for security. But deep down they know no earthly power can truly guarantee their safety. In the midst of this fear, Psalm 91 stands like unshakable mountain declaring the truth, that the world has forgotten God, but He's still in control. Stock market crash, nation fall, lies, but He remains unchanged. His promise, unchanged. Fear is a weapon of the enemy. It sees peace, paralyzes. It makes people doubt God's goodness. Psalm 91 is a better plan. He meant every word that is written. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will come near you. This is not poetry. That's a divine guarantee. Touch not the anointed. Do my prophets no harm. That's not poetry. That's a mandate. When the child of God stands on the promises of the Almighty, the child of God doesn't look on the storm and pain. He remembers that God walks on water, that their God speaks to the wind and to the waves, and they obey. Yes, child of God is not afraid from anything because he knows who's in control. The answer, He's still in control. He never stepped off a throne. He's never abandoned His people. Everything may crumble, but His word remains. His power stands, and His children are covered under the shadow of the Almighty. Yes. Fear have no hold where faith abides. It's not a concept, it's a reality for those who choose to dwell in the presence. It's not an exclusive place for select few. It's open to all who seek. But not everyone enters. Many stand outside looking in, unsure if they are welcome. Some visited occasionally in time of trouble, but do not remain. Yet the promise of Psalm 91 is for those who dwell, not for those who pass by, not for those who call on God only when they are desperate, but for those who make His presence their home. What is the secret place? It is the place where fear have no voice. It is the place that all demons bow. It's the voice of God that's so clear. Ain't no physical location. It's of the heart. Abide in Him, trust in Him, rest in Him, in His shadow, no matter storm rage around you. This word is loud. The enemy want to keep you distracted, busy, restless, anything to keep you from entering the presence of God. But those who dwell in the secret place of the Most High, they walk in different reality, not moved by fear, not shaken by the news. They are not overcome by anxiety because they know where they stand.